The Mafia series by Hangar 13 and 2K Games is an immersive video game franchise that blends dramatic storytelling with action-adventure gameplay. The series spans three main titles: Mafia, The City of Lost Heaven, Mafia 2, and Mafia 3, each set in distinct time periods and locales, focusing on the lives of protagonists deeply involved in organized crime. Here's a full story synopsis for each title. Mafia, The City of Lost Heaven, 2002. Set in the fictional city of Lost Heaven in the 1930s during the Great Depression, the game follows Thomas "Tommy" Angelo, a taxi driver who becomes embroiled in the world of organized crime. Plot overview. Introduction. Tommy inadvertently aids members of the Salieri crime family, Paulie and Sam, when they are pursued by rival Morello gang members. Grateful, Don Salieri offers him a job. Initially hesitant, Tommy agrees after being targeted by the Morello family. Rise in the ranks. Tommy takes part in various criminal activities, including protection rackets, assassinations, and bootlegging during Prohibition. He bonds with Paulie and Sam, and the trio becomes close. Moral conflicts. Over time, Tommy grows conflicted about the violence and betrayal inherent in mob life. Tensions escalate when the Salieri family engages in a bloody feud with the Morellos. Climax. Tommy participates in a series of missions culminating in the assassination of Don Morello, cementing Salieri's control over Lost Heaven, betrayal and exit, discovering Salieri's corruption and willingness to kill anyone who opposes him, including Tommy's friends. Tommy decides to betray the family. He cooperates with Detective Norman, providing evidence to dismantle the Salieri empire in exchange for protection. Epilogue. Tommy enters the Witness Protection Program, starting a new life. Years later, he is tracked down and assassinated by Salieri's remaining associates, bringing the story full circle. Mafia 2, 2010. This title shifts to Empire Bay, a city inspired by New York City during the 1940s and 1950s. The story follows Vito Scaletta, a young Sicilian-American who rises through the ranks of the Mafia. Plot overview. Prologue. Vito grows up in poverty and turns to petty crime with his best friend Joe Barbaro. After being arrested, Vito enlists in the U.S. Army during World War II, serving in Sicily. Return to Empire Bay. Discharged due to an injury, Vito returns home and reconnects with Joe, who introduces him to the local mafia. Desperate to pay his late father's debts, Vito begins working for various crime families. Rising power. Vito's skills and loyalty earn him recognition, and he becomes a made man after helping eliminate a rival family. He enjoys a life of luxury, though his actions strain relationships with his family. Betrayals and war, internal conflicts within the Falcone family, and rivalries with other factions lead to a series of betrayals. Vito learns that his father's death was tied to mafia dealings, deepening his disillusionment. Climactic battle. The game culminates in a showdown with Carlo Falcone, the boss of Vito's family. After Falcone's death, Vito and Joe's fates diverge when Joe is kidnapped, leaving Vito in a precarious position with the powerful Vinci family. Ambiguous ending. Vito is left in limbo, having survived but realizing that loyalty and crime often lead to heartbreak. Mafia 3, 2016. Set in 1968 in New Bordeaux, a fictional city based on New Orleans, the third game features Lincoln Clay, a Vietnam War veteran seeking revenge against the Italian mob. Plot overview. Prologue. Lincoln returns home after the war and reunites with his surrogate family, the Black Mob. Their peace is shattered when the Marcano crime family betrays and massacres them, leaving Lincoln as the sole survivor. Building an empire. Fueled by vengeance, Lincoln allies with other criminal factions, led by Cassandra, Burke, and Vito Scaletta, to dismantle the Marcanos' empire. He engages in brutal tactics to seize control of New Bordeaux's districts. Personal struggles. As Lincoln builds his criminal empire, he wrestles with the morality of his actions, reflecting on the destruction his revenge causes. Showdown with Sal Marcano. Lincoln confronts and kills Sal Marcano, avenging his family. In the aftermath, he must decide the fate of New Bordeaux, whether to rule it as a crime lord, distribute power among his allies, or walk away entirely. Multiple endings. The game concludes with one of several outcomes based on Lincoln's choices. Rule. New Bordeaux, as a ruthless kingpin, share power with allies and live harmoniously, leave the city, attempting to find peace. A darker ending where Lincoln is betrayed by his own allies. Themes across the series: family and loyalty. Each game explores the bonds of friendship and family, often strained by betrayal and ambition. Morality and redemption. The protagonists grapple with the moral consequences of their choices, often seeking redemption or questioning their actions. Socio-political contexts. The series integrates historical elements like Prohibition, World War II, civil rights movements, and post-war societal shifts, providing a rich backdrop for its narratives. The Mafia. Definitive Edition Trilogy, released in 2020, brought modern remakes of the first two games, enhancing their visuals and adding nuanced storytelling to resonate with a contemporary audience.